Hey, you guys, do not donate plasma. I mean, you can donate plasma if you want to. I know this is a democracy, even though it doesn't seem like it, but it might not be as useful as you think it might be. Keep watching, and I'm going to explain to you why. So, let's first talk about what plasma therapy is. Then, I'm going to talk to you about, well, is it really effective or is it really not? And where is the evidence coming from? Because these things are important in a world where we are moved by blind faith and fake news. I believe it is important to look for evidence and to fact check. So, first things first, what is plasma therapy? But before that, what the fuck is plasma? Okay, plasma is part of your blood, and it has pretty much everything that your blood has except that it doesn't have the red blood cells. So it contains, luckily, all of the antibodies, and that's what plasma is. Plasma therapy is the use of this antibody containing plasma to actually help provide healing capacity or recovering capacity, or just like infection busting capacity, typically from viruses and things like that. It really was used in ancient times, like in the times of diphtheria. If you don't know this illness, then you're not missing much other than diphtheria, which is a good thing to miss, I would say. But really, plasma therapy is an old fashioned way to provide what is called convalescent therapy, which is just a way to recover from illness if your immune system is like not really lazy as fuck, but just if it needs assistance. And this is where plasma therapy for COVID-19 is coming up as a possible solution, to help reduce mortality or deaths related to COVID, or maybe even reduce the severity. So this is where the idea of plasma therapy for COVID comes from. It is actually considered quite outdated, just like your understanding of feminism, but we will not go there. Let's get back to where this whole plasma therapy for COVID comes from. It actually comes from one of the great claims that the Trump government had made. Do you remember Trump and his government and the claims that he had made? Yeah, so it was one of those things. So the American government invested a lot of money in plasma therapy because they were at a time where a lot of lives were being lost, and they just made a huge bet on this kind of plasma therapy. And yeah, of course, the media went crazy with it, of course, because they also went crazy with things like chloroquine and drinking disinfectant and whatnot. Like, I just want to say that those things weren't real. But the National Institutes of Health in America actually went on and did experiments. So this was an experimental therapy, that they hedged their risks, and they decided, okay, it might be worth it to invest in this because nothing else is working and our people are dying. But the results of those experiments, actually from the NIH, came back actually saying that there's no real relevant results from plasma therapy for COVID-19. It is not associated with reduced mortality of COVID-19. It also is not associated with reduced severity of the illness. And so the big hype was created, because hypes are created when things are launched, and then it just fizzled away actually, and just like went into nothingness. So this was something that started a year ago, and just a couple of days ago, the New York Times actually even did a whole article about how, yeah, plasma therapy is just old news. It's not relevant, like the news that you would read on a newspaper that was used to wrap your sanitary pads with. But anyways, so that's where plasma therapy is at right now. In fact, the Indian Council of Medical Research, the ICMR, is also, I mean, there's full of experts over there who don't believe in the effectiveness of plasma therapy for COVID. What has happened right now is that a whole bunch of celebrities, politicians even in our country, and of course influencers all over the place, have started to get people to donate their plasma following requests. These requests have come from people who are not healthcare professionals and who don't understand that this is not really, plasma therapy has not been established as an evidenced to be working approach as treatment for COVID-19. So I know if you were hoping to use your COVID-19 infection for the good, then you can do other things. And you can also donate your plasma. It might not be helpful for COVID therapy because it has not been evidenced to be useful for neither reducing the deaths nor for making the disease lesser severe. It was an experimental therapy, and the results of the experiment proved that it was not effective and that got phased out. This is just a crisis response that we are having because of the second wave, and 2 lakh cases per day is definitely worrisome, and people are wanting to do their bit. If you really want to do your bit, there's 3 things you can do: stay the fuck at home, step out only for essentials, and when you step out, wear a mask. If you're a sociopath, wear two. All right, then, share this video. Please share this information. Help everyone else also educate themselves. And yeah, follow me, like me, like not in real life, but this video also in real life. What the heck? All right, bye. Take good care of yourselves. Stay home, stay safe. Tata. Share now.